Hi, this is a quick video about Transport Hub. So we are in an opportunity. We have a van here and we've got some equipment, which some of it is uh, sub-hired in from Production Hire and Sonatech. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up Transport Hub by clicking Transport Hub underneath the Action tab. This will open up a pop-up and it will then quickly gather some data for us. So what we've got here is the name of the opportunity. We've got the venue. We've got the delivery, the collect, the load, and the unload, which is pulled from the scheduling from the opportunity. We will have a list of transport items here. We've just got our van, which is here, and we've also got a list of supplies here. So this is kind of like a quick dashboard to see the items and the supplies. We've already got a couple of saved schedules here, but we will create a new one. So we create a new one by clicking the create new schedule. So this will open up a new schedule. At the top, we can give it a name. So let's just call this van run. And then we can then select the vehicle. So in this drop down list, we have the vehicles on the job. So we've got our van there. Or if maybe we had, I don't know, a courier which had to do a quick sub-hire return or something, we can then select another another vehicle here from our service list. So all this is populated from the services. For now, we're going to just click on the transport van here. So what we've got here as well, we can add a driver's name. So if I add in my name here, Dan Reid. That will then go and fetch my number, which will automatically fill out here. And then what we can do here is we can allocate a resource. So we can either allocate one of our vehicles. So if we select vehicle and then from the drop down list, you will see a list of your vehicles, or we can add a supplier. For now, we're going to leave this blank because what I want to do is create a request for a courier company. Now, if the opportunity has a venue, then it will automatically default to this. So as a norm for us, we would load at HQ. We would then go to the venue. Once the event's finished, we'll then go back to the venue to load it and then bring it back. These timings here are synced basically to the scheduling here. So if I type in there 2000, that will then automatically change the load time to 2000. And the same for delivery, collection, and unload. Now, something to bear in mind here is the start time of our actual opportunity is the 31st of the 12th. So if I was to go before that time, I'll get an error to say that the time is out of range. So to get around that, there's a sync button here. So if we unsync that, now if I tap that new time in, 11 o'clock, this will create the schedule, but not actually link to the opportunity. So you might have it that your vans are being loaded pre them actually than the actual start date of the opportunity. So this will get around that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete these to start with. So let's create a point. We're going to create a point, and we're going to basically load at ours. So we've got the load here. It will default to load straight away, unless it will default to load unless you've already got. So if you add ClearSound again, it will then realise that chances are you're going to be unloading, so it will default to unload. So we'll just delete that for now. So we've got the load or unload. We could put a manual one in there as well. So we could go, I don't know, fuel the van, something, I don't know. We add the date, we got the time, we can add a site contact. So again, let's put my name in. There's my name. What 3 words as well. So basically, what 3 words is pulled from your from the actual organization. contact details. So there's a tab called web link, and then there's a field called what three words. Now Hub will automatically set this up for you. So if my what three words is blank, then what I can do is go to what three words website, and we can click this button here. I don't know, we'll put clear sound in there. Find it, and then our loading bay is at the back. Oh, is here, I think, or there. Yeah, that's the one. And then I can then copy that, and then go back to my job, and then I can paste that in there. And then when I hit save, that will then update the actual store or supplier. So when I select that address again, it will pull through the what three words. You only have to do it once. It will remember every time you select the venue, and that's spread across all laptops as well. So it syncs back to your current RMS database. And we can also add a note in there. So let's put test. So we've created our first point. Let's add another one. So we've got Production Hire and Solotech as a supplier to the event. So if we click this drop down menu here, we've basically got a few options here. So we've got our stores here. So we've got our main store, we've got a London store. We don't have a London store. This is just for testing. We've got a Southwest store, and then we've got our venue there. We've got the suppliers to the job. So we've got Solotech and Production Hire, or we can add a manual text item there, or we can actually search for a manual supplier or venue on our database. So for now, we're going to put Solotech in there. It's going to default to the start times of the opportunity. I'm going to want to go there first, so I can drag and drop that in. There we go. So let it sync up, and then we're going to also add in Production Hire into the middle there. So all these have already got their what three words which I've set up, and then we're then going to go to the venue. So let's add the venue in there, and then it knows I've got some logic in there, so it predicts that you're going to go to the venue and then you're going to be unloading. So we'll have that as our schedule. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit email, and then this will generate an email and basically pull that schedule into the email. It'll pull in all the times, it'll pull in the load, unload, what three words, etc., etc. So then I can then send this off to Fly-by-Night or a courier company. So I'm just going to exit that. Oh, and I can also click copy as well, and then that can copy into a document, or I can copy that into an email or something like that. So once I've done all that, I'll hit save. There we go. So now that's saved, what we can do is, I'm just going to close this. So if I just refresh my page, and I go down to the bottom, I've now got all my transport schedules here. So there is a custom field called Transport Hub. So then you can use that to pull in these transport schedules into a document of your choice. It will also, because I'd selected the van, if I go into the van edit, you can now see the schedule in here. So again, if I was to add the van to a certain document, then we can get the custom field, as I think it's called transport schedule, and then that transport schedule then can be synced up to your documents, and it'll also pull through to your purchase order. So if you create a purchase order from this, then when you send the purchase order, the transport schedule will be attached to it. Right, so now we've done that, and we've got our quote from the transport company. We can head back into Transport Hub, and then let's open up our schedule. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to allocate a supplier. So I'm going to allocate, well, there's two ways of doing this actually. We could actually add a vehicle and then it'll pull the vehicle in with the reg number. But for this one, we're going to add a supplier in. So what we're going to do is add in transit, that one there. And then when we hit save, there we go. So when we hit save, if we close this and now refresh the page, Transport Hub has now allocated in transit to this service item. Now, at the moment, you need to manually put the cost in. I am trying to work it out. Unfortunately, like many things, Current have made it quite difficult with certain things with the API, so I need to get very clever with it. But my plan is to be able to add the costings in as well. But for now, you have to manually do it. Okay, so if we go back in Transport Hub, what we can do now is actually clone the item. So you might have multiple vehicles going to the same points. So we could quickly just go to clone, change the name of the run, change the driver, change the supplier if needed, hit save, and then that will create a new schedule. So if we quickly go back into Transport Hub dashboard again, as we call it, you'll see that in the transport items that the van is supplied by in transit. So thank you for watching. This is Transport Hub. If you need any more information or that there's a feature you would like to see with Transport Hub, then please let me know. Thanks for watching.